Hello everyone and welcome back to Torchlight Infinite. Today I'm bringing you the final update on Order Calling Moto for this season. It's been a blast to play this character, it's been a blast to figure out how to properly min-max it and make it better. The overall changes that the devs produced this season made this character quite competitive when compared to the others, so I'm very glad about that, and that is mostly coming from the overall buffs to Green Phantoms, as well as the some of the other increases to overall Moto's power. An additional 5% command hailing was added. It was 15%, now it's 20%. Then uh, that's mostly it, and of course the addition of intelligence scaling makes it so it's a little bit there are more avenues to get those higher multipliers, so that made this for a very good character in the end. So this is the point where we are at in terms of DPS. Oh, 1 second, because this is what I would use for single target too, burning aggression. And also, of course, this works better if I restart the zone before. Because the idea here is that you will enter the boss arena and just burst down the boss. See, there are a few of the damage cap numbers, so it's very close to 5T for the most part. That's where we at. What did I change? Okay, I was farming the prairie for about 4 days, and this is what I got. And what I did here is to add a few of these that have +1/+1, and this one that has like increased effect of new god talents. And what this is increasing is the additional meter damage per point of order. So we're getting this is 12% additional damage in total, so that's 24%. Then it's another 12% here, that's 36, and 12% here, that's 48. And then the prairie itself, it's copying one of these, so that's 48, that's 60%. And then it's giving me 3 more skill levels. So right now our Green Phantoms are level 46. Not bad. So that is the most significant change I made. I also gained the level, but I put it here in some more armor, so nothing to gain in terms of damage there. And hero memories and relics, I'm still using these ones. So the most important change came from, switching to this setup with the prairie. I farmed the prairie myself. It took me like 4 to 5 days to farm. If you get lucky, you can get it earlier, or if you have the currency to just buy it, you can do that. All in all, that took me from like 3 point something to actually reaching 5T this time around, and I didn't have to sacrifice running Frost Shield. See, Mark is still here. Frost Shield is still fully defensive, and well, I did add the precise electric conversion instead of rejuvenation, so without this it's a little bit less damage, but at this point, the amount of damage is more than enough. You would have seen in the showcase that the bosses just die instantly. So that's where we're at, and that's where I'm going to leave this version of Order Calling Moto, which is Green Phantoms. What comes next is to there will be another Path of Exile league in a week, and it looks to be like the best league ever. So I will probably be playing that starting next Friday. So I don't want to make a commitment to make a build that I will have to farm from scratch. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try both machine guards and spider tanks. I'll create a setup for them, see how they fare against this build, and I'll have my findings on the next video. So that's pretty much it. I don't think there is too much to add. The the overall build setup didn't change that much from this version, which is the last one I published. Well, I did switch the weapon. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. The weapon, I crafted another one. I went for more spell skill levels instead of, having the other multipliers, because spell levels increases damage exponentially. So every single level, it's 8% additional damage. So if you think about it, 6 spell skill level is 48% additional damage. But not really, it's a little bit more than that, because you can consider this as it being multiplied as another bucket, instead of just summing up together and just adding 48%. So it's much better. And I hit this Dreamcraft with 48% crit damage. Then I have 174% crit damage. That gave me an insane boost to DPS. You cannot fathom how much it was, because I have Breastpin, of course. So as you can see, my crit damage is 800%, down from up from I think I had 300. So this was an insane upgrade. It's expensive, and there is room for improvement. You can actually make a better staff than this. You can do a triple T0 or a quad T0 and still get more damage if you're so inclined to, and then you can switch around some stuff to get more defenses in the build. At this point, I don't think the whole ring is mandatory, and I will just add another rare ring with minute damage command and more defensive stuff here. Then I think this void environment is pretty much best in slot, but you can still get a better one. You can get an active to 3 breastpin. I mean, the character still has room for improvement, but even then, I think for what you can do in the game at the moment, I think that's quite enough. There's only 2 things that I haven't done, which is the Whispering Mist, this one, the month 7, but it's because you need 42 of these. They are very rare to drop. They are extremely expensive. So if you fail the run, you're basically lost all your currency for the league. So I don't really want to do that at the moment. But I did month 6. Month 6 was very easy. Then I did the Trial of Divinity, as you saw. I destroyed TA Traveler in seconds. TA Traveler dies in seconds. Uber Keegan, you saw Uber Keegan, you saw the Lawbearer. So all of these bosses have very similar HP, so all of them you can probably destroy in a similar amount of time. All in all, build is competitive for pretty much every single piece of content in the game. The one thing I didn't do is T8.4, and the reason why is because you want to fully juice. If you're gonna do 8.4, you want to fully juice it. That means you want to add all of the compasses. You want to add 125% quantity, and that makes monsters very tough to deal with. So I just rather do 8.2 or 8.1 fully juiced than do 8.4 without juice. Now, the damage is probably there, but you will be a little bit slower, and the survivability is definitely not there. That's the biggest setback for this build at the moment. It can survive up to 8.2 fairly well, especially with kinetic conversion and with the frost shield. And you know, being a minion build, the minions take most of the damage for you. The main thing that kills you while mapping is the bloody you know, the watchers, the map hazards itself. Like you see the traveler doing like the erosion beam and stuff. That's what kills you. But monsters don't usually kill you. So uh, that's it for this build. Yeah, one thing that you could probably aim as well is to damage cap without damage pets. Uh, for full transparency, let me show you what the damage is without damage pets. Okay, so this is like the drop setup. Of course, we lost our order now. Let me do it like if you're just starting the zone and you're gonna run with drop pets. You do this, and then you know you need to ramp up a little bit as you would. Yeah, so that is on full drop setup. You can still push some extra damage on full drop setup if you just, you know, if you switch these to damage. Of course, it will not be as much, right? But this damage is more than enough to clear 8.2, maybe up to 8.3. But depends on the league content that you're doing. I was doing God of Machines, and God of Machines, since you cannot let the monsters touch the actual beacon, you need insane damage, so it wasn't definitely enough of that. You see, just by switching that, it's a little bit more, so yeah, you don't really need to have like insane damage pets for it. Alright, that's all I've got for this version of the build. Stay tuned for what's to come in maybe 2 or 3 days, that I will have a spider tank version, hopefully, and a machine guard version after that. Thank you very much for anyone that has been showing their support to the channel, you know, commenting on the videos, and definitely for subscribing. I'm almost at 300 subscribers, so thank you very much, everyone. Um, regarding I'm gonna use this time of the video to address something. If you're I have played Path of Exile for almost like 10-12 years, something like that, so it's obviously the game I love the most, but I don't really make content for it. uh, but if you're still watching the video and you would be interested in seeing anything from Path of Exile in the coming weeks, do let me know if that's something you will be interested in. If there's a market for it, if anyone wants to see something about it, I'll do it. If not, then I'll try to do at least one ELI video a week after this the rush is down. But you know, obviously with the leak uh dying down a little bit, you know, the interest on the game also drops a lot, and the incentive to do content for it also drops significantly with it, because if no one's watching the videos, then what's the point? But you know, anyone who has been watching up to this point, I deeply appreciate it. Thank you, and see you in the next one.